Herbivore. Herbivore.
Yo!
Oh, hi.
Move over a bit.
Your position's funny.
How you doing, guys? Thanks for joining.
I'm too low down. I need some cushions. It's huge. Oh, God.
Don't upset Sir Cleans a lot. I nearly called him Sir Mix a lot. And Harad is here. Hello, everyone, from my mam, dad, and I. Oh, and there's Fudge on the end.
Oh, hi. Oh, God.
Do subscribe to Sergeant Angharad. She's the best one. Nellie's here. Good old Nellie. And Emmanuel. Good to see you, Torre. Big man. I like that. Mark Crossy. Hi to you. All the usuals. Lovely Julie Sayers. Looking forward to this live, but not at work today for a change. Nice.
Very good.
Rebel Vegan Priya, I'm so sorry. I forgot your username. And of course I know which one you are in real life because we hung out for so blinking long after the march. So thanks for joining. Thanks for not kicking my head in for being so forgetful of people's name tags, usernames. Lovely Eliza. Check her out on the tubes as well. Antonio. Hola, amigos. Good old Robert Pacino. Rebel Vegans having a lovely sunny day in London today. Yeah, it was sunny in Norwich, so we hung out in the city centre today a bit, didn't we?
Yeah, I did a couple of errands and
had to get some presents for my sisters because their birthdays are close together.
Yeah, got them some
and
candles,
close at hand.
Yeah, and then we thought, oh, we'll just go to the park for like 20 minutes, and, just sit there because it's a nice day. But as soon as we got there, the clouds came, and then we were like, oh, we'll just go home then.
And we had a social dilemma.
Yeah. Should we talk about it?
Yeah, talk about it. What would you have done?
Okay, so there's like these two men on a bench behind us.
Older guys, you'd think they would know better.
Yeah, and they sounded like, they sounded like they were arguing, but really one of them was being unkind to the other one and shouting at him a lot. And saying,
He seemed very erratic.
Yeah, like, don't keep telling me that and stuff like that.
I wonder if he was either drunk on drugs or both, or just of lower moral fibre than most people in the park on that day. Not comporting himself in a civilised manner.
He was saying stuff like, oh, I'm going to do this and that to you or whatever. And I just thought, well, some people shout that kind of stuff, But the next minute, like, I heard a slap and I looked around and the other guy was like on his head and he slapped him on the head, I guess. And he just was shouting at him and stuff. And I thought, oh, that wasn't very nice. And then the slapper guy, like, walked off with his dog. And I looked around and the other guy, he sort of took his glasses off and he was wiping his, like, eyes. Like, he was sort of doing a quiet cry, perhaps. And I felt really sorry for him. And I thought, oh, I think I should go over and say, are you okay? And, like, you should get some better friends in some
And to
way,
be fair, we were going to do that, weren't we?
Yeah, we were about to go.
But we were taking our sort of sweet time getting up
then,
off the ground and getting our bikes together.
Yeah. And then
loading our bikes up.
And then he stood up with his, like, walking stick. And then I thought, maybe still say it to him as we pass. But then the guy who'd hit him was up the park shouting him to hurry up and, like, come on or whatever. Like, they had to be somewhere or something. They were like, okay, what do we do? And then so we just kind of cycled slowly up, caught up sort of to them. And then, and that guy was just being really unkind. And then we're like, this isn't very
And
nice.
he had been shouting stuff like, don't look over here. Like, I'll knock you out or some stuff. Hadn't he?
I didn't hear him say that. I heard him
say
something like
he was doing that. He said that a few times.
Okay, well, I was looking around at his dog because I thought his dog was really cute.
So whether like that was aimed at us because Gemma was looking, we don't know.
Yeah, and then I really felt so bad for that guy. He was being really harassed and like bullied, but he was choosing to go with him, I don't know who he was to him. Yeah, and we were like, we couldn't decide like if we should have. Like, I really wish I'd said to that guy, like, are you okay? Because it seemed like a real abusive situation. And we kind of stayed like near them for a while, didn't we? We were like, I'm not sure whether we should do or say something. And and then the next minute the guy's stick had gone and the other guy was telling him, you don't need that stick, come on. Like, I think he was saying he's quicker without it or something. But this guy's like hobbling along like he's got some kind of disability or some issue.
And he did say stuff to us as we cycled past, didn't he?
Yeah, he made some comment about, this is how people should be cycling, like slow and
Yeah.
considerate. And I thought we're just trying to hear if you're still.
He was accusing us of being
being.
civilised, and talking at us for no reason. And so Gemma wonders, like, was he wary that, like, he was trapped, and then maybe it was aimed at us, and then were we, what were we doing? So he was trying to be nice to us, is what you were maybe thinking?
Yeah, he seemed like the type of guy who would be like a bully to someone, and if there's someone he didn't think he could bully, he'd be like kind, seem nice to them or like whatever.
Goddamn cobra
We
traps!
just kind of left and we kept on and on about cycling past again, and I really felt like bad for not helping that guy. And then, but my thinking was, well, he's choosing to be in a relationship with that guy, and he's choosing to go with him, etc. And so you can't choose people's lives for them, And might it make the situation worse for that guy if we were to say anything or whatever, and then that guy gets it worse later, or like it felt really horrible to not do anything.
When he said, like, that me and Gemma were being civilised by not cycling fast, I considered saying, actually, we saw how uncivilised you were being, and we were just making sure that this guy is okay. And, you're acting like a horrible bully. But, yeah, we just didn't know really what to do. And so we did nothing for fear. Like, the trouble is, if we all start to have a point of view and he got a bit aggressive and, like, weird, like, disrespectful, like, there's a chance that I can lose my temper. So I'd just rather not put myself in that position. Yeah. But I felt bad for, like, not helping out. But like Gemma said, the guy chose to then go with him. So, and then if you did help out, like, is that guy going to get it worse later on? What would you have done?
Yeah, it's a horrible situation. Yeah. I guess some people are just in kind of abusive relationships, and they're ready to leave that when they're ready to leave it. And should you do or say anything, or shouldn't you? I kind of felt like if we did say, are you okay? Or if we said anything, it just reminds that guy that this isn't okay for him to be experiencing that. Because sometimes in an abusive relationship, you can get so used to it and think you deserve it and that's normal, etc.
Yeah.
So when someone points it out, you can be like,
Sorry, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, no, you go. Yeah.
So in retrospect, we wish that when the aggressive guy had gone off, we wish we'd have gone over seen her and just said, are you okay? And like, that guy's an a-hole, and that's really not all right. And maybe, like Gemma said, like, the guy would have saw that, that's not normal. These people are kind and compassionate, and this is how people should act.
Yeah, it was, we sort of really left a bit like, should we have said anything? And just the feeling like, it's not nice that some people are, experience such toxic, horrible relationships, But
you always get one. There was hundreds of people in that park, all quiet and nice and just enjoying the sun, chilled, and you just get one. And then normally quite a small person, I've noticed. We had it at the train station after our lovely spa day, and then there was this toxic a-hole just kicking off and causing problems. Yeah. Everyone else sitting there all quiet. Anyway. What would you have done?
So that's what we've been experiencing
what should we have
today.
done?
So that's just been on our minds.
Right. Wind Wager, what up, my glib globs? Name that show.
Ricky Ticky Tappy Bit. I can't say that bit. Lily said it.
It's getting thrifty here. Adam Edgecombe, Sergeant Edgecombe, hello to you. Emmanuel, it's my dad's birthday tomorrow. His favourite dessert is carrot cake. I'm making him a plant-based one. Very nice.
Nice. I don't know if you happen to have our desserts cookbook. If you do, there's a carrot cake recipe in there that I think is particularly nice.
Oh yeah, that's delicious.
It's a raw one. I don't know if you were going to make a baked one, but
can we have that soon?
Yeah. Well, I've almost finished our cookbook, the new one. I've got one more recipe to make, and then I'm done with it all. And like, I feel as though I haven't been making a lot of other stuff because I've been so focused on that. So I've not made any desserts like for a long time. So now I think, let's make like a cheesecake, and let's make a carrot cake and stuff. So I will get back to making some cakes now. So that feels very cool.
Please, can you make me one of them and
cherry
cheesecake?
Shall I do a different flavour, like a blueberry or a strawberry cheesecake? The cherry one, okay.
I love the cherry one so much.
Oh,
Have we done a video of the carrot cake?
I don't think we have. Maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Okay.
Jackie's here. Hiya, how's everyone? We're great. How are you, my lovely? Thanks for joining. Priya, so awesome to hang out with you both. That was very awesome to hang out with you too, my lovely. And thanks for being so understanding at my stupidity. Lewis, thoughts on nuts, healthy, bad, etc. Healthy, get them in you. I don't think we should overdo them because they're quite calorific. And if you look at the data, like the longest lived people tend to eat kind of lower fat, I think. Like the longest lived people on record, recognized of the 1940s, they ate 85% of their calories as carbohydrate. But yeah, there's fats and nuts are some of the healthy ones. You need to balance your omega-3 and 6, of course. Tristan, what is your opinion on colloidal silver? I used to think that was probably something. And then, like years ago, when I first got into all this healthy living, but in retrospect, I think you just really need the whole plant foods. And I've not really looked at colloidal silver. I would want to look at PubMed.
It's your go-to place, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like a government website. And you can see all the published data. And you look at scientific studies and actually, rather than get people's opinion, like look at the science and see what the data says. Colloidal silver.
It's on there.
584 results. Oral toxicity is the first. The first study, and it's doesn't say if it's.
Well, this one says colloidal silver dangerous and readily available.
Yeah, if you look at the first few studies on PubMed, I mean I've not delved into them, but it's not looking promising. I would say go on PubMed, type that in, read some studies before you do anything hasty. Anchorhead's life, hello, so cleans a lot. It is. So cleans a lot. That's cool as well.
Every time you accidentally touch him, he comes on.
Antonio says we should have done nothing. That guy has to help himself and grow as a person. This is true. I've just got this thing where I don't like bullies, and I normally have to like tell them. But what good can you do in that just short term, really? And maybe you can make things worse.
One thing we were saying is sometimes people have to get to the point where they've had enough and they're not going to take any more. And this can be like a bit like that with, say, like drugs sometimes. Maybe you have to hit a rock bottom or something, and maybe he has to have enough himself. Yeah,
we were postulating like that relationship is like sort of
like addictive.
An addiction.
Yeah, like it's maybe like a codependent.
It seemed like a codependent narcissist relationship, didn't it? We were saying that.
Yeah.
JB, depends on the level of abuse as to whether I would step in or not, plus the threat factor to myself. That makes sense. Rebel Vegan, sorry you had to experience that. Thanks for your kindness. Yeah. I don't feel anything negative about it. Like I just felt like a bit conflicted as to like should I do something. I just felt bad for that other guy, bless him, really.
Yeah.
I just wonder, like, does he just have a lack of connection, and so that maybe that guy's the only thing he's got, and so like that interaction is something better than nothing, better than being alone. Maybe, I don't know.
Some people have to get to the point where the perceived like pain of change has to be outweighed by the pain of staying the same, don't they? Like where they're at.
Yeah, the pain of staying the same has to become greater, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. I think that's what you were trying to say.
I think that's the way I said it, is it? I don't know.
I don't think you quite managed it, but I could be wrong. Ian Boz. Oh, no, hang on. Wicked Vegan. Oh, hang on. Right. Ian Boss, hope you're both well. We're very good, thank you. How are you? Lee Lord, in those situations, you're best speaking to the victim on their own. You make things much worse otherwise. Tough situation.
Yeah, I think
that's how we felt.
You can make things worse if you speak to the people. Because if we said to him, "Are you okay?" and that other guy was there, what choice has that guy got but to say like, "Yeah, I'm fine"? Otherwise he's risking worse abuse later, perhaps. I think police sometimes, if there's like an abusive couple, like they'll separate them to say to the each one like, "Are you okay?" or whatever. Like that's they don't do it in front of each other. So it's a good point you made there. Yeah.
Ian, just wondering, do you drink tap, distilled, or filtered water? Go.
Filtered? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
What, from our Berkey water filter? Are you asking?
Yeah. We've got a
Probably.
It's about £200 or £300, and then every like 5 or 10 years you replace the filters, which is about £200. So really cheap on the grand scheme of things. It takes out everything: fluoride, chloride, all those kind of things. So yeah, that's what we prefer.
General Langley, good to see you. Stacey, Tina, I've just done my first plant-based food shop. Oh wow, lots of tofu, beans, and veggies. You were really trying. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give Tina a round of applause, everyone.
Let us know if you need help, any recipe inspiration, or what to do with certain things, or just anything that you need. Let us know.
Keep in touch. Cool. Let us know how it goes. Let us know how you enjoy it. Any like speed bumps, whatever. Like any. And anything you want to know, like Gemma says.
I can't remember if you're in the Facebook group or not, but we've got a group, Hench Herbivore Community on Facebook. So please join and, share pictures of your food if you want, or if you've ever got questions or anything. Like, loads of people in there would be happy to chat and help as well.
They're a good bunch. Rebel Vegan would like the carrot cake video. Right, you've got it. Jot that down somewhere.
I'll remember it in my brain.
I'm going to write it on this piece of paper.
Yeah, maybe we should make that before the end of the sort of, I'll say summer. It's not summer anymore, really, but the end of the good weather, because it's more of a summery type of cake, isn't it, really?
Summery.
When I made it for the cookbook, I went to the local park and picked some flowers to put on it. I don't know if they were all edible. I don't know if we probably didn't eat them all, but I just think it looks really nice when you make a cake like that if you put some edible flowers on there.
Can't stop lying. Good to see you. Glad you two had a lovely anniversary celebration. Thank you for a lovely vlog. Thank you. Great for your own memories too. Yeah, it's really nice to be able to look back. Much love to you. You are a lovely Percy. Yeah. Nelly, is flavoured sparkling water good to drink? Depends what you're flavouring it with. I flavour it with lemon or lime juice. If you buy like the I assume they meant commercial stuff. Probably not.
They have sugar, or they have aspartame and those kind of artificial sweeteners.
Different artificial sweeteners, which I think are bad for the gut microbiome.
Yeah. We favour just a bit of lemon or lime, or just putting some fresh fruits and things in there. Yeah.
Adam, not sure what I would have done, but physical abuse is definitely not okay.
For sure.
Really sullied the day.
Yeah.
It was, they were older guys. Like this guy was a bit smaller and frailer. I mean, they were like middle to old age.
Yeah.
I'd say they were a fair bit older than me and Gem, and I just felt he's just a little defenseless. Like that other guy was just a bully. Yeah. Just a bully.
Some people are bullies, and they get into relationships with people that they can bully. Often it's just how it tends to sort of fall, isn't it? It's sad.
Emmanuel, Gemma, what is your favourite spice? I like Burberry, but you didn't ask me.
Yeah, I don't know about spice. I'll tell you what I've been helping flavour in my food a lot lately. Jalapenos. They're a bit too spicy for me.
They're a spice, I guess.
I chop them into about 6 pieces, and then I sprinkle, a few.
Chilies are a spice, aren't they?
Yeah, I sprinkle it in my food, and gherkins chopped up, and mustard. So I just had a big bowl of
mustard is
potatoes,
a spice too.
Yeah, and some vegetables, and I got some passata, put some newt, a bit of water, made it into like a tomato sauce, a bit of salt and pepper, and mustard. And I just spread that all over my potatoes. Yeah.
Priya is having dragon fruit to dessert. For dessert. Bought some guavas tea. Very nice.
Nice.
Red or white dragon fruit. I tell you what I really like are the yellow pitahaya type of dragon fruit. Especially when they're actually properly sweet. Oliver, being alone is better being alone than in bad company. It would seem so, wouldn't it? But most people would rather be in some kind of a relationship than none.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, we're like we're a social
Tribal,
species, so like
social species.
connection is our number one need over any other need. And I think a lot of the time when people think that they might say I'm more of a loner, I don't need people, etc. I think being that way is often the result of trauma around from people, whatever stage of life, usually the younger stage. So having more of a sort of maybe avoidant attachment style. So I think we all need connection so much. And if you think about like kids would rather be, apparently they would rather receive like abuse than be ignored. Like that's a thing, so if children are being ignored, like they can't get attention for being good, they'll try and get attention for being bad. We need connection so much.
I'm vaguely remembering a study, and it's probably BS, to do with shouting at is it rice in water or something?
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
In a cupboard, and then you take it out every day. One you ignore, one you talk nicely to, and one you like nasty to.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
I can't remember if it's.
I know
it
rice
happened
or is
with
it
rice, but also
water?
just water. And they did it with plants as well, I thought, as well. And they wrote like "love you," "I hate you," and they ignored one and stuff. And I think it affects the molecules of the water, doesn't it, or something? So I've heard. Or apparently, I don't know.
Don't know. We should give it a try though. We should find that up.
Yeah.
It's probably BS, but who knows?
Yeah.
Jackie, has anyone tried teff porridge? I bloody love it. We've got some teff actually, haven't we?
Oh, I think that went out of date like months ago. I think we threw that.
I always feel like I want to use loads of different grains, and then we'll get a bag in, and I'll use 1 or 2 lots of it, and then just forget about it because you just go into your patterns, don't you? I love teff porridge. It's a lot nicer. Yeah, let's get some teff in.
Okay.
But actually use it. Robert is off. Be well, my friend. Dax is in the hizzy, as is Zosmanovic. They like beetroot. Good for you. Good for everybody. Big Spring Bear is in the house.
Oh, I'm just going to put your chips on. Excuse me for a second.
Zosmanovic. They say it's
Oh, good.
They say it's bad. Can I eat it every day? Who are they? Beetroot is amazing. It's got a nitric oxide boosting compound, so it's actually vasodilating, so it improves blood flow. So whoever's saying that it's bad, here's a complete bell end. Yeah, get it in you. You shouldn't go too heavy on beet greens as they're high in oxalates. Oh, I'll tell you what it might be with beetroot is it does have some degree of oxalates as well, so you probably don't want to have tons and tons and tons of them. But yeah, I wouldn't be afraid of eating like a normal culinary sort of dose. Certainly not. Tina, thank you. I joined the group and have been lurking in the shadows. I've purchased ingredients for the butterbean. The goulash with mashed potato from your vlog. We'll post the picture. Please do. Please, and tell us how you like it. I love that recipe so much. I was sad I didn't make it into the cookbook. Big Spoon made a lovely lentil curry this evening. I impressed myself. Nice. What up, dog? Are you still practicing your breathing techniques? Wim Hof style? Yeah, pretty much every morning. Almost without fail. I would say, I don't know, maybe one day in 20, like, if I'm really busy, but most days I get it done. I love it. Kiss him to me.
He was outside and I went out and called him and he darted across the whole garden really fast. I'd never seen him move so fast. What was he thinking? He didn't want to be shut out or something?
He's good, isn't he? Oh, is it chips? Isn't that?
I've just put them on.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's what you said, is it?
That's what I said, yeah.
I was too busy performing. Big Spoon Bear, favourite spice, Old Spice. My dad used to like Old Spice and High Karate. Hi! I feel like there was one more he liked as well. I can't remember what it was.
It's letting me hold him for a really long time.
Red Dragon Fruit, good choice. Anthocyanins and that. Big Spoon. I'm so used to, no. Most kids would say the only connection they need is the internet. I suppose you can connect with people through the internet, and I don't feel like it's quite the same.
Yeah, it's not as good. Not as good.
Priya, so I used to be on my own. It'll feel strange to be with someone. Do you like hanging out with friends though?
I think that person about the internet meant that they just need an internet connection. Did you take it they meant like connection through the internet?
Oh, I thought they meant connection via the internet.
Yeah, I think they mean.
Oh, to the internet.
Just
Yeah,
the
to
internet
the
connection.
internet. You're right.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, Hench, is individual variation when it comes to diet really that significant that some are... I was like, no, that is really not a thing. I had a troll trying to argue that earlier. So some people say, oh, we're all individuals. So some people need like keto. Some people need to eat nearly all meat. Some people need to eat fruits and vegetables. No, human physiology is not that different. Okay, we have our own idiosyncrasies when it comes to the odd allergy or, you know, intolerances and things. A lot of things are resultant of a poor diet over time messing up like your gut microbiome or giving you like gut permeability, aka leaky gut syndrome. But no, our basic physiology is very, very similar. We're primates. Primates eat plants. Like it's rare. It's such a small amount of any sort of animal products eaten. Typically, that will be because there's not enough fruit available, like readily available. Or it'll be to send like a message. Maybe they'll eat someone's baby they fell out with. So, you know, what I'm trying to say is anatomically, biochemically, physiologically, psychologically, we're best suited to plants. Just in every single way. We really are. I'll tell you where a lot of this stems from is that blood type diet. And the idea that the different types, blood types means like, oh, you can't have dairy. Oh, you thrive with a lot of meat in the diet. It's complete bro science. It's just all kind of inferred nonsense with no actual data, no real scientific backing. And yeah, when people eat whole foods, plant-based, they live longer and happier and healthier and more life in the years, more years in the life. Yeah. Torre is back. They were on their phone. Good to have you back. Endeavourist. Challenge myself to replace all non-vegan foods by year end, and it's been fun sorting out my usual go-to brands. Thanks for the inspiration and suggestions. Let's have a round of applause for Endeavourist. That sounds like a very worthwhile endeavour.
Yeah, again, like if you need any advice on what to swap out things for, or just recipe ideas, anything, just let us know.
Big Spoon Bear.
Noise upstairs tonight.
Yeah. Big Spoon Bear eat so much beetroot they've got pink poo.
Oh god.
Pink poo.
We've not got any moderators in the chat. Oh, it's just me. We don't have any. Oh no, we've got Robert Regina.
Jug the Gamer, is it true that to label something whole wheat, you only need 40% whole wheat and the rest can be processed? So any product, any whole wheat product, other than like actually wheat groats, is going to be processed by, that's what it basically, what am I trying to say? By definition. Because it's a product. I think you're saying that can it have not like can it a large part of it be
like white flour?
Yeah. Sorry, there's a noise going on and it's
really
making it hard to concentrate. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know is the answer. I think the thing to do if you're concerned on any products would be to look at the ratio of fiber to carbohydrate. and you're looking for at least 5-1 in favour of the like actual carbs, like sugar and complex carbs. And if it's less than that, I mean, look at the ingredients. So if it's whole wheat flour, it will either say whole wheat, whole grain, and then there might be a comma, and then it might say wheat flour. If someone says wheat flour, that's refined like white flour. So that would be the thing to look out for.
Very sneaky. You really have to look on like breads and things. Like, it can say like brown or whole grain or whatever. Yeah, but if the first ingredient doesn't say whole grain, without being followed by wheat flour, like, it's not. Don't buy it. But how sneaky is it that they can get away with that? Like, that is really bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but it may vary by country or something. That's very true. Can't stop lying. Torre, John Venus makes videos of repeating everybody has their own journey like 15 times and makes a video of everyone has their own definition of truth. I don't get why people follow this guy, nor do I. He's very silly.
Yeah, he's very silly.
Right, I'm going to look more for questions now rather than reading every single comment out. Zosmanovic, are these probiotics from shops effective? Probably not. It's unclear whether they pass like the gut, like the acidic environment. If they're in time release capsules, if they're in massive amounts, not just like 5 billion, but like hundreds of billions up to trillions. If there's a good range of different ones, and even the best ones really have about 8 different strains, like, probably not really worth it. The only time I would suggest using those is in the case of someone who's had a bad infection, like a bacterial gut infection, or someone coming back after having a course of antibiotics. But really, just eat the food that the probiotics eat, which is whole plant foods, basically. Maybe go a bit heavier on prebiotic-rich foods. Sorry, what am I trying to say? No, maybe go a bit heavier on foods that do contain probiotics, such as sauerkraut, kimchi, that sort of thing. Maybe, but day to day, it's really the prebiotics you want, which is soluble fiber, resistant starch, and polyphenols, aka whole plant foods. Big Spoon Bear's birthday is on Monday, 35 years. Young and almost a year vegan. I'm so young too.
Oh, happy birthday for Monday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Big Spoon Bear. Tina, I'm thinking of buying the online nutrition course. I have 5 stone to lose and have a few weight-related conditions. Yeah, I mean, we'd love to help you. So yeah, if you do get the course, I mean, obviously you can ask questions on here anytime, but if you do buy the course, please take advantage of the Facebook group, and you can just ask any questions through there. You can post your goal, if you want to, you can do weekly updates, like how it's going. You can get a bit of what's the phrase, encouragement. You can be like accountable, because like people are like looking, like Vegan Mooncat, our good friend Mark of the Vegan Mooncat channel, he's doing this currently. He's just lost like 8 pounds in 3 weeks, and he says he's finding it really easy now because he's like being accountable. I think the course, it's everything you need to know.
There's a whole module on weight loss.
There's a whole video all about it, step by step, handhold you through it, and we'll gladly help you out. So if anyone wants, like just an overview of nutrition in terms of health, fat loss, muscle building, just well-being, like sports performance or just general wellness, we have got a free e-guide, complete overview. But if you really want to deep dive and really know all of the things, we spent five months or more putting this course together. It's really in depth, so if you're really determined.
You used to do like nutrition and workout plans for people, didn't you, a while back, and then you stopped doing those, and so now you've put all of that knowledge into the course, so you can be like your own nutritionist. You know, you can watch all the videos and you can know exactly what you need to do, what to eat, how to eat, when to eat, like what supplements to take. There's 2 cookbooks in there, so it's all the things and all the practical stuff, like guides and videos on tutorials on like oil-free cooking and how to make seitan, like all the things you'd need to know how to make as well. There's like step-by-step guides.
Yeah, but just in general, well, you probably know our spiel by now, but just whole plant foods, higher carb, lower fat, because that's more calorific. Fill up on low-calorie fruit, low-calorie vegetables. Have a good amount of legumes, whole grains. As I say, low-calorie fruit and veg. A little bit of nuts and seeds. You need your essential fatty acids, particularly ground flax, chia, that sort of thing. Make sure you're well hydrated. And yeah, just try to get some movement in. Ideally, I like to see people doing, say, 3 harder cardio sessions per week. And hard for you might be just like a 10-minute walk around the block. Versus hard for someone else might be like a half marathon or something. You see what I mean? Just relative to you, 3 harder sessions where you're improving your cardiovascular system. And I like to see people doing 3 resistance training sessions as well. So you're working, you know, using your muscles. It's also bone density, so it's strengthening your muscles and your bones. The more muscles you carry, the more fat you lose even at rest. So some people, I mean, Mooncat, for instance, he's lost like 8+ pounds in 3 weeks. But his strength has also got a lot better. And so likely he's lost more than 8 pounds of fat because he must have built some muscle, if you see how that works. And the more muscle you carry, the more fat you burn, even at rest. It's really, it's almost like a cheat code to fat loss. I mean, I have to eat nearly 5,000 calories just to stay the same weight. So you see what I mean? You get to eat so much, and then it's not a chore. So, but anyway, Tina, good luck. Whatever you decide to do, good luck with that, and let us know if we can help out.
Probably the much bigger part of weight loss is really about what you eat, isn't it? Because you can't out-train a bad diet. So
yeah,
you can spend all day in the gym, but then if you go home and you ate like a pack of Mars bars, for example, not that you would, but like that can be more calories than you eat that in 5 minutes.
I'm sure I've done that before.
So it's mostly about the eating, isn't it? The whole plant foods, like you said, and just sticking to the good stuff and eating enough that you don't have to feel like deprived. Like we need to, what do you say? Like we need to feel full from mouth to exit, don't we? Like
yeah.
And so
ileal brake, we're trying to activate a little sensor in your colon that tells you you're full.
I've done so many diets in the past, like Weight Watchers and all things, where they're about like portion control and like eat smaller servings and stuff. And I used to think, oh yeah, that's what you have to do. And now I look at that and I just think that's a joke. Like who wants to feel like empty in their tummy? Like who wants to feel like they've not eaten enough, you know? Like we want to feel really stuffed, don't we, and satiated, you know? And there's no better diet than a whole foods plant-based diet for that, because you can eat so much, and if you choose the lower calorie like stuff, well, you can feel full up all the time. It's another cheat code.
Twisted. It's just called Twisted now. He's not a hippie anymore. He's got 10 minutes to say hi, my beautifuls. Hi to you. Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Rebel Vegan just saw an ad in the Co-op magazine promoting meat because it has B12. What? And they're pumping out their plant-based foods for something like half price or something. So why are they being bellends? Jackie, bigger and less meals or smaller and more meals spread throughout the day for muscle growth? I think probably, yeah. Optimally for health, I would say about 3 meals, because you want to have a good gap in between. But optimally for muscle building, you probably want more like 5 protein feeds. So if someone is a serious weight trainer, I would say to have a couple of protein shakes between meals. That would be my preferred strategy. So then hopefully you're pretty much getting the effect of like not eating so long. I mean, you are getting a liquid feed, but it's only a little bit of protein. I would say that's probably optimal in terms of muscle building and trying to balance that with like optimal health as well. Optimally, like we wouldn't eat high protein in the first place, really. But of course, if you're serious about strength training or muscle building, then it's kind of a necessary evil. But on the scale of things, I think like a plant-based bodybuilder versus an average omnivorous bodybuilder, you know, it's obviously a lot healthier. A lot healthier. Big Spoon Bear, what is your favourite non-whole feel item that you couldn't be without? Protein powder.
Tofu? Cocoa powder. That's processed, but that's healthier than the
Yeah.
whole food that there's places. Yeah, cocoa powder. Yeah, tofu, I'd say. Tempeh.
Pomo Dorino. General Dorino, good to see you. Lovely Stacey, what's your stance on malt vinegar? Is it something you would avoid? It's something I never consume. I wouldn't worry too much if it was on something. If I use a vinegar, I prefer apple cider because it's the only alkaline forming vinegar. But I think my diet is so alkaline that it probably doesn't matter to use a bit of a different vinegar. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much.
When it comes to using a vinegar, I think you'd use such a small amount. Like it's not. I don't think it's a huge deal, is it?
Yeah, I think if you drank a bottle of malt vinegar, that probably wouldn't be so good. But yeah, in a normal culinary dose, in an otherwise whole foods plant-based diet, I wouldn't worry too much. Torre, I have to go. I'll think about a good question for you. See you all next stream. See you later, my friend. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. So Mindful, that is a cool name. Are you still a bouncer? Not for a lot of years now. When did I hang up my black and whites? 36? 38? I think I was 38. 38. So 9 years. 9 years without throwing people through doorways. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it now. I just don't want that environment, that negativity.
We also at the end of that career, you worked as a security in the local mall, didn't you? And we went. We
happened to pop in there today. One of my friends was still doing it. Good old Paul Murray.
And I said to him, do you sort of? Well, I can't remember how to put it, but do you miss doing this or something like that? And you said no. And I just think like once you find a job that you feel so passionate about, you can no longer see yourself going back to a job where it's okay, but you're just doing a job and it's not something that you like doing and you're excited about or that brings you sense of purpose and stuff. It's hard to go back, isn't it? Especially also being self-employed for so many years, to think of going to work for someone and being bored or whatever. Like, yes, you just can't fathom it, can you, anymore?
No, really can't. Ribble Vegan got a packet of seitan mix, but the instructions are all in German. We've got a few seitan recipes on the channel.
So I take it you mean
we did like a chicken one, didn't we?
Gluten? Yeah, there's like 3 recipes on the chat, like ribs, I think, and
if you search our channel, if you want to look at our versions, we got like a rib style thing. Or was that in a vlog though?
It's on the course, I know that, but I think it's on the channel as well.
We recently did a healthy chicken mayo. Very, very good.
Really good, yeah.
And then there was a pepperoni.
Oh, the pepperoni sausage, yeah. A healthy pepperoni, and then we put that on a pizza. That was really
Now, was that in a vlog? I think that was on a vlog. If you see a vlog where there's pizzas on the front, that's probably the one.
Yeah, I think we should do a little book of like seitan recipes.
Yeah.
Or something, seitan and tofu recipes. Something. We're thinking about doing another book after this one, and making it about fat loss meals. What do you guys think? Would anyone be interested in that? My laptop's died. Oh god.
I've just lost my place. I've just started eating vegetarian style, but I'm noticing I don't have any energy. What can I eat for energy? Well, any food's got energy in it. Some has got more than others. Obviously, lettuce has got very little energy, whereas cheese, which is allowed on a vegetarian diet, is got masses of energy in it. However, when you eat like high-fat foods, they tend to make you like feel tired, and it's just hard to digest that shit. Personally, I mean, I don't know how savvy you are and where you are in the world, because in some places vegetarian or strict vegetarian can mean vegan. So we're specifically a vegan channel, so it's no animal foods. And I would say, you know, no criticism, but I would say like vegetarianism to me is like, it's no real different from normal omnivorism. You're not eating meat, but you're eating like cheese and drinking milk and eating eggs. To me, dairy is like, or milk is basically like liquid meat. It's the same kind of nutrients, and it's all the fat, trans fats, cholesterol that is killing us. So from a health perspective, if anything, possibly a vegetarian diet, if you're displacing all the meat with like, say, dairy products and eggs, which have the most cholesterol of any food, that's potentially actually worse for your health than a more, you know, normal omnivorous diet with flesh in it. And then from an ethical standpoint, you're not only paying for dairy cows to get murdered at the end of their life for burgers, not at the end of their life, after a fifth of their natural life, after about 5 years, when they no longer produce milk quick enough, they get shot through the head and made into burgers. So if you're doing it for ethical reasons, if anyone's doing this for ethical reasons, like, it's not ethical. And you know, we will shoot the calf. So the cow has to have a calf to produce milk. Like, that's how mammals work. So we basically, what we would call, if it was done to humans, rape the cows. We take their babies. If they're female, they'll go into slavery like the mother and be shot at the like a fraction of their life as well. If they happen to be born a boy, we'll shoot them in the head, slit their throat, so we can steal the milk that was meant for them. So whether you're looking at, you know, health, ethics, I can't see the point in vegetarianism. I really can't see the point in it. Maybe you meant veganism and you're just kind of new to this and you're not so savvy, or maybe you're in a country where it sort of means the same thing. But vegetarianism and veganism, two very, very different things. And so, yeah, to feel well as a vegan, it's really like real food, whole grains. So like, you know, whole grain pasta, rice, millet, amaranth, wheat, oats, that sort of stuff. Legumes, so beans, split peas, chickpeas, lentils, that sort of thing. Fruits, great for faster. So these are like slow burning energy. Fruits, great for faster energy. Tropical fruits, dried fruits particularly. Of course, you want some vegetables, a bit of nuts and seeds, because they're high energy, but you don't want to go too high in them because they're quite fatty, and that can make you feel a bit lethargic. All the herbs and spices are really health promoting. Now, where you can go wrong as a healthy vegan is you could eat all lettuce, you know, and there's virtually no energy in there. There's a lot of healthy nutrients, but virtually no energy. So you want to be emphasizing those foods that I said and eating some vegetables as well. Where it goes wrong is people eat a similar volume of food. So say you're eating a normal or a standard diet with meat, dairy, oil, sugar, you know, very calorific. You don't have to eat much to reach your day's calories. And most people are overweight because that's not filling them up. So they eat more that fills them up, and then they're getting too many calories. But with healthy vegan foods, whole plant foods, you know, if you eat the same amount, you might think, I'm eating the same amount of food. I've got no energy. Oh, my body weight, like I'm getting really skinny. Well, duh, like you're not eating like half the calories. So you can get the Chronometer app, Chronometer, Chronometer, or MyFitnessPal, sorry, and plug your foods in. Just make sure you're getting adequate calories. Download my free nutrition guide, and it tells you all about maintaining weight, how to build muscle if you want as a vegan.
How how to work out how many calories you actually need if you wanted to track it, you know, and be more scientific. Energy is usually about not enough calories a lot of the time, isn't it? When people have that problem.
Yeah.
Or it can be about like not getting a certain nutrient. You could, it says in the guide, you know, about how to use, it mentions how you can use an app called Chronometer, which is free, and you can just put in your foods and see if you're lacking on anything. That's a good thing to do as well if you change your diet. But yeah, sometimes we can have deficiencies coming from the diet that we just came from, and then we go onto a new diet and we don't eat enough, and then we think, oh, it's because of this new diet. But sometimes it's because of the diet that we already had, or like he said, that we're just not eating enough calories. It's amazing, like you could just eat like a little piece of like cheese, and then you could eat like an apple, which could be like even bigger volume, but it's so much less calories, you know. So yeah, like you said, you do want to eat the healthy, like low calorie fruits and vegetables and things, but don't eat so many of those that you feel full, and then you have no idea that maybe you're not having enough calories, you know, from that. It's amazing to me how many people don't know. I guess I've been looking at it for so many years, but like I know like, oh, a banana's like 100 calories, but most people don't really know at all how many calories are in things, do they? They think like, oh, for breakfast I'll just grab like 2 apples on the go, like they think, oh, it's okay, I had that for breakfast, but maybe like that's like 100 calories, and like what you know, if you need like 2,000 in a day, like there's like nothing, you know. So yeah, get a rough idea of things so you know that you're eating enough.
Super chat. Echo Island very generously donated 10 Great British pounds. That is super generous. Thank you so much. Example, Google, the best plants for calcium. Take broccoli. Nutrition data for broccoli states the value of 100 grams gives 3% calcium. Dietary value over 3 kilos of broccoli to get calcium. Is that right? I don't know. I don't really eat broccoli very often. You probably only need 500 milligrams of calcium. Bear in mind, I think there's 1,000. And in more recent years, the dairy industry tried to lobby the FDA to raise that to 1,200 milligrams. But countries where they have 500 have no more incidences of hip fractures, which is the number one indicator of bone density. So likely the RDA is complete BS. But anyway, I digress. I'll have a look. Broccoli. Add food. Broccoli. 100 grams. 47 milligrams of calcium. So so really, to probably get adequate, you'd be looking at a kilo. If you wanted to reach like the BS level that most governments recommend, you'd be looking at 2 kilos. But there's foods a lot higher in calcium than broccoli. So I did a plan. I often speak to this plan that I did once for a lady on a diet. So this was a fat loss diet, 1,750 calories, and I got her. Where's calcium? I got her 1,200 milligrams of calcium without trying because it's not a nutrient of concern. Let's just see what were the top contributors. Kale. So I think that was probably 100 grams of kale gave a quarter of the RDA, or half probably what she really needed, truth be told. So kale would be your best choice. Fortified soy milk is good. Can of tomatoes gives you 14%. Sweet potato, that would have been about 150 grams of sweet potato gave like 10%. Spinach I wouldn't recommend because that's high in oxalate, so that's only about 5% bioavailable. Milk, dairy, is only 30% bioavailable. Kale is 70% bioavailable. So actually, if you were just to drink milk, maybe you would need nearer that 1,000 milligrams, which most governments say. Were you to have that in kale, you would be getting more than double. So maybe you only need like half, like the BS RDA that got. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. Dairy is just so last year. We just really do not need that crap in our bodies. Like, we're not babies, you know. The Canadian government's done away with it, haven't they? As part of the part of the food pyramid or whatever they call it.
Very good.
So yeah, so no, more like 2 kilos, but I would argue like eat other things. Thank you for the super chat. That was really kind.
You're saying 100 gram gives 3%. Your plan on there, it said 5%.
Oh
it
no,
said 5%.
100 gram doesn't give 3%. No.
It said oh, you've gone on a different day, but
So when I put in 100 grams of broccoli on chronometer, that's nearer 50 milligrams. So many times that. So no, that's nonsense. Jason Bravo kindly donated $9.99 on the super chats. How are you guys all so kind tonight? Thank you. Trying to ditch oil as a way to flavour bland food. Any suggestions on sauces, condiments to add flavour to meals without jeopardising my health and fitness? Number one, it's great that you're looking to ditch oil. From my perspective, oil like masks flavours anyway. And if you're eating some tasty like fruits, so you're not only going to cook fruit so much, but if you're eating some tasty vegetables, like you actually taste them, you know. I think it's carrot. So don't make the mistake of boiling your veg. Say you're doing a stir fry or steam fry. Don't make the mistake of putting so much water in that you boil everything, and then that will be bland. If you just use a couple of tablespoons of water at a time in a non-stick pan, keep everything moving at high heat. You then caramelize your food, so you're gonna like cook, like caramelize the sugars. It's gonna be a lot tastier. So number one, cooking technique, but really it's your herbs and spices. It's your herbs and spices, and yeah, just try them all out. Like, give everything a go. I really recommend Burberry spice, which is an Ethiopian one. It's such a great mix. It's super delicious.
So you want to like stir fry your vegetables, and then when they're cooked, you want to put in your favourite like spices. And if you need to, a touch more water, and then you want to mix it around, cook it for about another minute, and then that's like a stir fry. If you're meaning for something like sauces, okay, so maybe you mean like a sauce for a salad or to go on top of your meal, which would normally have like an oil, say, in there. You just want to pick another fat sauce. So say you're making like a salad dressing, use like tahini or almond butter or cashew butter, something like that. And then, maybe like an acid, so apple cider vinegar or lemon. And then what else would we put? A bit of like garlic.
A little bit of sweet, perhaps, so like a bit of a medjool date or something.
If you're blending it up in a blender, yeah, sure. And what else would we put in a salad dressing? Like maybe mustard or
different herbs and spices, as I say.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I do for a salad. Tahini's my favourite thing for a salad dressing because it's already like really runny. It's quite a neutral flavour, but it gives that fatty kind of element that you might want for a.
I just noticed Jason was speaking specifically about sauces / condiments. There's a brand called, what is that new brand that Paul and Selma recommended to us? Dr. Yeah, get it. Okay. There's a brand we've been privy to. It's not the tastiest. It's not quite Heinz tomato ketchup or, it's not quite a sort of standard barbecue sauce with like loads of sugar and stuff, but it's all right. I think you could get used to it, particularly if you're just eating whole foods, plant-based. What's he called?
Dr. Wills.
Dr. Wills.
Yeah,
so we've been given that a go. It's all right. We're not loving it because we do use a bit of like sugar laden sauces. We avoid oil laden ones. It's not ideal, but I consider that spoonful of sugar helps the medicine get. And if I'm going to eat a big plate of kale because I've got a little bit of like sauce on there, so be it. But optimally, yeah, you don't really want to be eating that stuff. So yeah, Dr. Wills might be a good option.
I like making what I call wet snacks. So, pots of like chili, a soup, a stew, casserole, all that kind of thing, because then you can have a sauce like a base of, say, vegetable stock or tomatoes, that kind of thing. You put all your herbs and spices, your legumes, your vegetables, and you cook it up. And then that way, like, the whole thing's like really saucy and like flavorful. That's something. If you had something specific in mind, I'm not exactly sure what kind of meals you mean. Like, do you mean like salads or like, yeah, if you could be more specific, maybe we'll have some more thoughts as well. Thank you for the super chat. The super chat.
Super chat. It's my dinner about ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we sign off? because it's 8.
Yep. Okay then, you have to tell us next time.
Vegan Mooncat, subscribe to him. He's great.
Yeah.
But he has said the wrong thing, so I'm off now. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I need to go and eat some food, guys, and I've got a couple more things to do before bed. It's been great hanging out, hasn't it, madam?
Yeah, really nice. Have a great week, everyone. Come and join our Facebook group, Hench Herbivore Community. We can chat over on there.
What day is it? Friday?
Mondays. Oh, Friday.
Is it Friday? I've forgotten what day it is. No, it's Friday.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're now at the weekend, aren't we? I will try to get on one time over the weekend, maybe early in the morning, Saturday or Sunday. Maybe Saturday night. Probably not Sunday because we're off out, aren't we, with Linda?
Yeah.
But whatever happens, we'll be on Monday, 7 p.m. Vegan Gaze is now living round the corner from us. We went past her house
We
today.
cycled up her road and I was shouting out, Ellie! Because everyone's windows were open and I didn't know which house she lives at.
I'll message her in
I
a
was
bit
just
and see
saying
if
it
she
in
heard.
case she heard you.
Anyway, we're going to do a live stream. I think we booked next Sunday or next weekend, provisionally. So expect some live streams with Ellie involved. Won't that be cool?
Yeah.
Thanks for this super chat. Oh, thanks moderators first for keeping us troll-free.
Yep.
Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on our toast.
Wolves from the door.
And the cameras rolling. Rolling. Download our free e-guide. It's great, complete overview of all the things. Check out our cookbooks. They are 30% off, just £6.99 at the minute. Get them while you can. And our online nutrition course, 14 videos, plus the books, plus loads of downloadable PDFs.
Yeah.
Low introductory price. We will put that up soon. So get that while it is cheap. What was I then going to say? You know, whether you want to optimize your health, your body shape, your sports performance, there's a complete chart, nutritional requirements by age, stage of life, so you can be sure that the whole family is thriving as a vegan. It's a basic complete deep dive, everything that we know. I'll combine 20 years of knowledge and experience as a PT, a nutritionist and chef.
Cover all the things. So if you, like you said, if you want to focus on health or weight loss or whatever, there's sections totally in there. And there's loads of downloadable sheets as well, like daily
downloadable sheets.
Downloadable checklists for like what things to like eat to get in a day, and your supplements, and a grocery guide, just all that great stuff that you might need.
Okay, I gotta go and do some other things.
He's proud of me.
Thanks for hanging out. We love you long time. It's good night for me.
Good night from me.
Good night.
It's about that time of the night where we do something weird at the end of the stream.